Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you guys missed the first round of this video, I am reposting it. I had such a great time doing random readings live on my radio show, but one of my favorite ones was doing a reading for Ginger, aka G-Snap. She is a radio personality. I had no idea that she was gonna come on my show that day. My DJ decided to surprise me because she was a skeptic and she came in and did not believe anything as far as the paranormal goes, but at the end, before she left, she gave me a big hug. She even announced that she's a believer now. I need you guys to watch the whole thing, and then at the bottom, comment below, let me know what you guys think about this, because I mean, like I said, I blew her mind. We both had a great time doing it. If you guys want an accurate reading, especially going into the new year, let me know. Go to monicaspiritqueen.com, book in a reading today. I have a 30% off until December 31st of 2021. 30% off, so take that advantage today. Contact me, monicaspiritqueen.com, and get the best reading of your life. Welcome to my life adventures. I'm the one and only Monica the Spirit Queen. I'm a professional psychic medium and a paranormal investigator. My crew and I lurk in the shadows at night, hunting spirits and demons. I do readings, break black magic spells, travel, expose fake psychics, and have clients from around the world. I'm no nonsense when it comes to respect and honesty. I have a crazy busy life, but I love it. My family keeps me going with their love and support. I will never give up, no matter what demons I have to face.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Hour with Monica the Spirit Queen. I have a special guest, a radio personality, Ginger, aka G-Snaps. How you doing, girl?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. I'm over here kind of nervous because I'm like, you really can read me. I hope you don't read nothing bad about me right now.
We'll keep the bad stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell me if I'm gonna win $1 million.
We'll talk later.
Okay. So you gotta tell me exactly, like, I heard you say in second grade you saw spirits. What does like a spirit look like? Like, how am I supposed to know that this is like really real?
Well, when I saw my first spirit at the second grade, it was weird. It was like it was solid figure, but then with a blink of an eye, it was gone. So for a minute, I thought I was going crazy.
Okay.
But then as time went by, I saw more and more spirits. They come in all shapes and sizes and forms. Some are see-through, some are solid. Some even come in a mist. So, it took a long time for me to actually figure out who's the spirit and who's an actual person.
Wow.
They can be very tricky.
So I hear you talking about paranormal. Give us a little bit more understanding what paranormal is, because me, in my head, I'm thinking paranoia is people getting snatched out of beds by, you can't even tell who's doing it, like a ghost, and something goes flying across the room. So explain to me a little bit more about paranormal.
Too many scary movies out there.
Right. I'm done watching scary movies.
Well, the paranormal, it doesn't all have to be bad. There's good also. Paranormal just means the spiritual realm that you're dealing with. Something that you can't see with your own eyes. Something that you can't feel the physical touch. But at the same time, your senses and your feelings go up. So if there's anything paranormal going on around you, if there's a spirit going on around you, sometimes you'll feel the hair on the back of your neck sticking up. Sometimes you'll get goosebumps. Sometimes you get lightheaded. There's just different, just depending on the spirit or the entity that's around you, how they make you feel. If they make you feel something out of the ordinary, something that, put thoughts in your mind that you're not used to, and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't me, something's going on, then most likely there's something paranormal going on. Now, what you're talking about is the poltergeist activities that, it's been on in many movies and shows and things like that. And those are the dark side. Those are the ones that are very, very strong and very, very dark. And they only have one agenda in mind on Earth, is to cause havoc and pain on human beings. So that's when you start seeing objects getting thrown, people getting possessed, people getting pulled out of their beds. Yes, it does happen. I'm not here to scare anybody, but absolutely. And then there's also the spirits that are like spiritual guides that will come down. It could be a loved one that you lost that crossed over. It could be somebody that's earthbound that hasn't crossed over, but is interested or has respect, living in your own house, in your own space. So they'll stick around and they'll help you out. They'll actually answer questions. They'll go into your dreams and answer questions. So not all paranormal is bad.
That sounds a lot better to me because I am a little nervous. But I do have a question for you that a lot of people probably have. I watch a couple medium shows, how they do it. But
Right.
question: do you feel like sometimes you have to walk up to a certain person and say, "Hey, I have to tell you this"? Like you can't sit down, or you get so anxious that you have to tell somebody, "Hey, I have to tell you this about so and so." So you have to let them know because it's in you, and since it's in you, you have to let them know. Is it like something that you can walk away from, or you just have to do it?
That's a really good question. Most of the time, yes, I do have to. And the reason for that is not only do I sense the spirit there sending a message to somebody that's there at the moment, but at the same time, when I could scan a person real quickly and do a quick reading, and whatever message that I get from a specific individual or spirit that's on earth trying to give a message out to a specific person wherever I'm at, they I connect the dots. I connect the dots and I say, well, okay, this person is actually definitely connected to the spirit that's around. And it's a struggle sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, okay, what happens if I walk up to a person and say something and they're going to look at me like I'm crazy? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I take my chances because it's what I do. It's what I love to do. I take my chances. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago, real quick, my husband and I went to lunch at IHOP, and our waitress, a really sweet lady, she came around, and I kept seeing a gentleman around her. Like I felt it was a brother feeling that just wanted to say hi, that was sticking around. So I took my chance and I asked her, and I said, did you lose a brother? Because he's here. And I described, what he looks like, how he is, and the message that he was giving her. And she was really shocked. She said, in fact, a couple of years ago, she's an older sister. Her younger brother passed away. And she said, and I gave closure. She said, thank you, because I was wondering if he's still okay or not. And now I know that he's okay and he's around me.
Awesome! Wow. Yeah, this is deep. I got goosebumps that you were talking about. But as far as telling people exactly what you feel, do you sometimes feel like it's hard to tell somebody the bad things versus the good things about people?
Absolutely, it's bad. I don't like to be the one to give the bad news, but and that's one of the struggles with the work that I do, and I keep pushing forward. But yeah, there's some things that especially when I'm doing a reading. And I'm straight up, I don't hold anything back. I feel like they need to know the good, the bad, the in-between, everything in order to get the closure. And believe it or not, even when I do give them the bad news, it gives them closure. It answers a lot of their questions.
Definitely. No, I definitely get that. So I guess one of my big questions here, I'm going to ask, do you see anything around me that I need to work on, okay? Because I need to understand this. I need to know.
Do you want me to do a reading on you?
Ooh. Yeah, let's try it out.
All right. So when we come back, I'm going to be doing a special reading on Ginger. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
We'll be right back in a few minutes. Spirit Queen Paranormal Hour. I'm here with Ginger, aka G Snaps.
My girl. What's happening, Vegas? I'm getting scared in here. This is real life though. She's in here during the break telling me some real life stuff. So all the non-believers, I was a non-believer, but right now I'm starting to become really a believer. So I really commend you on just being this strong, because a lot of people can't do that. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. See, I told you I turned skeptics into believers.
Yeah. Because I really wasn't a believer. I saw, like you said, the movies, the Paranormal movie, and I saw people on the TV, the mediums, and my mom was crying one day really bad because my grandmother passed away. And she's like, I'm gonna go to this medium because I can get a closure. And I'm like, no, they're not real. So now that you're in here and I'm actually noticing you and I'm seeing you're really, really genuine. I'm really seeing that this is really true. This is really something that can really go on in somebody's mind. And it's like everybody is different in their own way.
Right.
But your gift is more than a blessing. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here and I'm glad to help you out.
Perfect. Woo.
Hey, you ready for your reading now?
I'm ready for my reading. All right, let's go.
From what I'm seeing right now, like we talked about earlier, your aura is yellow. And a lot of people ask me a question about what do auras mean, what do different colors mean, and they do mean something. Yellow is a very positive, it's very good. It opens up any roadblock that you might have. And what I see is you have had roadblocks in your life. You have had things in your life going on to where you almost wanted to give up on things, or you had things planned in mind and you're just like, I don't know if I should do it or not. That could also mean like an influence from the other side that's trying to stop you. But you don't let that happen. You keep pushing forward. No matter what happens, you don't stop. Also, the negativity, there's not too many negativity around you. Without you even noticing, you're actually able to push that negativity aside, push it away. So if something's going on, you don't soak in it for too long. You don't dwell on it.
Right.
It'll upset you for a minute, and then boom, you push it aside and you keep going forward. You always find other ways to get what you want, to do what you want, and that's a great thing. That's a great ability to have, and that's a lot of things that people in general need to learn to do, so they don't let the bad influence their life.
Definitely.
You do have, I wouldn't say an attachment, but you do have a visitor, a male figure that visits you, and you've seen him in your dream before, because I can see him in your dream. So if you really think about it, you might think it's a dream, you might not remember it at the time, but a male figure, and anytime that person comes to you is at the times when you're pretty much asking for help. If you have questions regarding, anything personal or anything business, anything that you're thinking about, if you should do it or not, or what's the outcome going to be after you do certain things, that male individual comes to you, and he's actually a good influence. He pushes you, he helps you. So I don't know if it's either a father figure or a grandfather, because it's an older gentleman.
My grandfather did.
Probably, yeah. And he's saying superstars. I don't know if he's called you a star or superstar before, but it's like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm about to.
So he's there, and he says that he can hear you. He can hear your prayers. He can hear your questions. You don't have to say it out loud, because spirits, they can communicate telepathically without saying anything. So he's there, and not all the time, but the times that he feels like you really need guidance, you really need somebody to be there, he's there.
She got me in here and tearing
I'm
up.
sorry.
Sorry. Ooh, Lord. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead.
And then there's a letter A. He's shown me it. I don't know who letter A is, but it's a big A.
Whoa.
Does that make sense?
Whoa.
Who's the letter A? You don't have to say it if you don't want to, but there's a letter A.
My girlfriend's name is Alana, so it starts with A. So.
Oh wow.
I never really told people about my girlfriend like that. I just became public with it, and I was scared to tell my grandparents before they passed away about me having girlfriends or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, your grandpa knows. He's supportive.
Right now.
He has a big smile. He's supportive, and he says whatever makes you happy, he's happy.
Okay.
He doesn't like to. That's what he's there when you need help, or when you have questions, unanswered questions like lingering around. he said he's there and he helps guide you. He pushes you. There are times when you just want to give up on certain things, or sometimes things get really irritating. And he said the reason why you keep pushing forward is because he's there helping you. And he said he couldn't be more proud of you. The letter A, he said he knew it from the beginning, and he supports you 100%.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that. You got his blessing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. She just did that, everybody. How do they find you? Where do they go so they can book you?
Well, you guys can email me at monicaspiritqueen@yahoo.com, MONICA spiritqueen@yahoo.com. I'm also on Twitter at monmon, MON Queenie, QUEENIE. Facebook, Monica Spirit Queen. Snapchat, Mon Spirit Queen. And Instagram, Mon Spirit Queen. So, and I go live on Periscope and I give everybody an update. I keep everybody updated on what's going on with the events, my radio show, and everything else that's going on. So you guys can't miss me on the internet. We'll be back in a moment with more readings coming up in a few minutes.
She's real, y'all. She's real.